Yeah, I thought the tempo was good. I was focusing on, kind of the flow of practice. I think that's what I need to pay attention to. So the tempo was good. There was a lot of anxiousness and a lot of nerves in the beginning, so they were kind of running around like fish out of water, jumping around. But they were good. The tempo was good. I was very pleased we stayed on our feet, which I think that's the sign of a team that takes care of each other and practices the right way. And that's something that we were focusing on. But I thought good and bad, as long as we know how to get better from it, we're going to be all right.
So what is something that you look for that first day of practice? And
Yeah,
how do you think they did with whatever?
Yeah, it's kind of like I just said, just the organization, the flow from the coaches, the tempo of practice is something that they're not really used to. So we got over 40 team reps and we got 24 7-on-7s on day one. So we're going to play football. And I thought they did a good job with the transitions in between periods. Like I said, during the periods, we stayed on our feet, which is important, learning how to practice like a pro, doing the right thing. So that's what I've evaluated just from being out here right now. We'll get on the tape and we'll be all right.
What is your schedule like as far as this? How many times will you be in full pads? How many, live contact drill over the course of the next 3 weeks?
This is a compliance question. Kirsten's over there. This is a compliance question. We're allowed 3 non-contact practices. We'll have 15 total. So first couple days will be spiders, and then we'll get some live stuff going on Friday, some things, and then when we come back, transition back from spring break, bringing them back off of that, we'll probably go another non-contact like this, and then we'll get into it, and then we're free game.
How do it feel for you to kind of be back in the swing of things as a head coach? Obviously, you took a little time as a DC. Now you're back, head coach, running the show. How'd that feel for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a ton of fun today. It's just great to be back in that role. Grateful for it. Thankful for Ryan and Chancellor Reyes and Mr. Brunel, the trustee that ultimately trusted me with this. So it was great. And again, we've hired a great staff, and they did a great job today with the organization. We'll continue to make some notes and move forward. But yeah, I had a lot of fun for sure.
How would you describe the culture you've built here?
Well, we'll see. I think the key to culture and leadership is consistency. I can talk all I want. We can have as many team meetings, but I think the key is that we stay consistent. I give the example if these guys go in the weight room and lift and they take their shirt off after day one, there's not going to be a difference. It's the same thing with building a team, right? The leadership and culture that we have to have from a head coach on down to the position coaches, coordinators, it's about consistency. And if we have consistent action, that'll lead to consistent behavior, and that's ultimately what produces that result.
You have an update on Brandon and how he's doing? And
Yeah, he's doing great. He obviously he got injured at Utah, had surgery in the offseason. He's going to be doing some stuff, moving around. He's throwing static right now, but he's awesome. He's back there coaching everybody up. You see him behind the huddle, so he'll be back soon. We're just going to take it nice and slow. Those things can be a little tricky, so we just got to make sure we're doing the right things.
And just the overall quarterback room as a whole, how'd you think they looked today?
It's good. AJ had a couple shots in there, right, which was great. And just the way that Coach Jake and Coach Belcher has handled that room, you saw today, right? We're rotating different things. We're doing a lot of different things, putting a lot on them. I thought for day one, I'm sure Coach Jake would answer differently. But again, I'm watching the operation of things, right? I'm watching the flow of the offense, how they get lined up, and I thought they took control and did a good job.
Do you hope to have like a QB1 at the end of spring practice, or is that something that's going to wait until the summer practice?
Yeah, I think right now we're just kind of getting a ton of reps, making sure we keep track of that. I don't have a timeline on it. I think it'll always, with the quarterback position to me, it'll happen when it happens. It'll be a natural decision. But right now, I think day one, they did a great job organizing things and running the show.
I noticed you guys are everybody's wearing Guardian.
Yes.
Can you just talk a little bit about why you have that?
Yeah, well, first of all, safety. The Guardian caps provide us safety, and credit to Ben, our equipment staff, and our administration, Ryan, Kirsten, for giving us the money to go out and do that. And I think that's the thing that the players are seeing. When they see us buying in, they're going to buy in. And I think safety is the number one thing on our mind at all times. So the Guardian caps, whatever we have to do to keep them safe is going to be our number one priority during practice.
Will they be wearing? You get any for games?
Will
that be
that's going to be determined. I know that's kind of going on. A couple guys in the NFL are doing that, but we'll see what happens with that.
Obviously, like to have everyone out there, but either for you guys as a coaching staff or for Grant and AJ, how important is it for them to get these reps now while Brandon's watching?
Yeah, we discussed we're going to play a lot of football here over the next 14 practices, with this being the first one. So we just got to keep playing football together. These guys have never run each of these systems or special teams. Everything's new. Offense, defense, special teams. So again, that consistent behavior is going to lead us to that. But when live bullets are flying, that's where you're going to grow the most. There's going to be a little bit of falling, but that's okay. If you fall, just get back up.
How would you describe AJ's arm talent?
Yeah, it's elite. It's big time. I mean, field comebacks at 16 yards, and he'll put it on him. He threw one to TK the other day. TK didn't have a helmet on. I said that would have been stuck in your teeth because he can sling it. Like he's legit.
Just, I'm sure Coach Jay can speak to this as well, but just the installment of the offense,
Yeah.
you know, how the process of that and how quickly or slowly you expect the full playbook to come together.
Yeah, I think you know, over the past 5 weeks too, we've got a little work at that, and I think for everybody, right, coaches working together, players working together, they've done a really good job of managing that. You know, you always kind of put stuff on paper and you have timelines, but you got to get out there and you got to see it. And we'll pull back, we'll advance while we can. We're going to throw a lot at them, and Coach Jake has done that already. And I think what happens when you do that, you kind of see what sticks, and really you learn about your players. You know, and we're gonna keep going. We're going to see who learns and who can process that. But you know, over these next course of these weeks, we'll have a plan. First and second down, the first couple. Get to a little third down, then we'll start putting in some situational football and teaching our guys about that.
You want to have that all in by the end of spring practice?
Yeah, we won't do all the situations, but first, second down, third down, low red zone, regular red zone, 2 minute, 4 minute, all those kinds of things we're going to do. And then special teams, you got to work into that as well. You know, I think that's the one part. You know, we got some guys on teams now that can kick the ball. You know, Keegan, those guys hitting the roof in here. It's been solid so far. So I'm excited about seeing that.
How'd you describe the cohesiveness of the team so far?
It's good. You know, I think we're on track. You know, I think we talk about adversity all the time, and I think what we are trying to teach these guys is that adversity happens every day. You know, don't be surprised by it. Have a plan, prepare for it, and manage it. And I think that's what happens when you deal with it the best, because it's going to happen whether it's in your life, it could be academically, socially, on the field. We talk about that all the time, you know, and you never know what someone else is going through. But if we have a plan and we prepare for that, we'll be okay. You can't react to adversity. Reaction is not good. We got to have a plan and manage that and be prepared for that. And we've done that so far. It's been good.
I'm sure kids feel this way, but for you, first day as the head coach with practice, did you sleep well last night? What was it like getting ready for today?
Yeah, we usually don't sleep a lot to begin with, but it was exciting. No, I was cruising in. I was cruising in this morning, blasting some music, so it was good. No, like I said, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm honored to be the head coach, and I think I got to pinch myself sometimes that I'm back, and it was just great being out here and running around.
What was on your playlist in the car?
What was on my playlist in the car this morning was a little, I think, Zach Bryan, and then I switched it up to some, what did I do? I don't even know what I went to, but we were cruising. A little sad that Dunkin' Donuts was closed, though. That was upsetting. So I had to figure that one out. I had to sudden change that.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming.